The following is a sponsored program paid for by Yaba TV.
Welcome to our beautiful show, the Yaba TV show. I am your host, Yasia. Today the topic is, what do you consider a winning attitude? Well, this show is going to really encourage you today. In case your attitude is not so great or you don't get along with people somehow, this show will give you encouragement to be able to say, you know what, I can do much better in life. I can be of support to somebody else. I can be a little bit more friendlier to somebody else. So I have my guests today. I have Joyce Bell and I also have Denise Goosby. Both ladies are going to tell you about what they know about winning attitude. Maybe you or someone you know can send me a letter letting me know about what you feel about the topic as well. So we need to take a quick break to acknowledge our sponsors. When we come back, we are going to bring you excitement on this show, The Winning Attitude. Don't go away. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to our lovely show, the Yaba TV show. My name is Yasia, your host. Today we are talking about winning attitude. What do you consider a winning attitude? Maybe you have a different concept about it, a different idea. We would like to hear from you at the end of the show. But first, I'd like to welcome my guest on the show today, Joyce Bell, who is going to tell us all she knows about this topic and more. So you are in for a treat. Joyce, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me here, and it's a blessing to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I live in California. I'm originally from Chicago, and I came here because it was too cold back there.
You like the sunshine.
So, first of all, I'm a born-again Christian, and I'm a widow with 3 children and 2 grandchildren. And I'm a realtor. I sell real estate, and for a long, long time now. International real estate, too, as well. Mexico, too. I did that for 5 years, but now I'm here in the States. And I also am in the ministry, rejoicewithus.org, preaching the Word of God on the air as we speak now. So to God be the glory.
Interesting. I know one of the things that caught my attention, you said you're involved with the homeless.
Yes, I am.
And that's an area of interest for me personally because I cook sometimes. I literally cook lots of food, and I take it to my church, and they package it to feed the homeless. You're doing practically the same thing, or maybe more.
Yes, I
Tell us
am.
about
Yes,
that.
I am. Well, we started off first. I was with TBN for over 30 years.
Trinity Broadcasting
TBN,
Network.
yes, and so I was behind the scenes like a prayer warrior. And so then we would have Bible studies with other friends, and we would go out and feed people and take the food to the park. But I was still doing real estate, so now what I do, commissions to feed the children, I actually give 50% of my net income to feed hungry children.
50%?
50% of my net income, whatever my net is, it will go to feed hungry children. And if they can Google Joyce Bell Realtor, Century 21 Classic Estate, it'll pop up if they just Google the name.
Let me backtrack here. What gave you the courage, or what should I say was the push to say, I'm going to give my net income 50% away to the homeless?
Compassion for others who don't have as much as we do. There's so many children that are hungry, and it just breaks my heart. So, you know, I'm just honored to do it because if we're helping somebody, feeding somebody, and getting the word of God out, this is what my life is about. That's my mission.
In other words, don't just tell me, do something about my situation.
Do is an act, yes. Faith is an act. Do something about the situation. I mean, we can't, one person may say I can't do it, but one person can do a lot. And when we ask God to help us do it, then we can do a lot with God empowering us to do it. So that's what I do.
Let's talk about your real estate business. You have an international license or so?
Well, right now, what I did under one broker that I was working with in Orange County, we went to Mexico every year, and we were selling beachfront properties, but we had to go to Mexico and travel a lot. So I stopped doing that in Mexico because it was just too much of a schedule, but I'm still selling real estate here. And I do referrals. I have referrals going in and out to different states. And even if it's in another part of the world, as long as we write the contract up here in California, we can still do international as long as it's written up here. But we have to write the contract here. Yes.
So what are your goals in general?
Well, my goals, my church is under construction, rejoicewithus.org. So that's my goal, is to have my own church. And right now I'm doing the ministry online. I mean, on another TV show every week I'm on, and I'll give them my information where they can get in touch with me. And I'm on air every Thursday, 3 Thursdays out of a month, preaching the gospel. So I will speak anywhere anybody want me to go. Wherever the Lord send me to get the gospel out, I will go.
You have a testimony that I can tell you.
Yes.
But I'd like for you to look at our audience and tell them how they can reach you, for those that are interested to reach Joyce.
Okay. Yes, so I'm Joyce Bell, and you can just Google my name, Joyce Bell, Realtor. It will pop up, and all my information will pop up on that page on Google, and you'll see Century 21 Classic Estate, and you'll see the commissions to feed the children, and they can get in contact with me. And the ministry that I'm doing right now is still under construction, rejoicewithus.org. So that's still under construction. So that's what I'm doing now, and just taking it a day at a time.
Is there a phone number or email they can reach you?
Yes, so you can reach me at 562, this is my cell phone number, 562-810-3294. That's 562-810-3294. There's another cell phone, it's 949-891-4276. That's 949-891-4276. And my email is jbell77us@yahoo.com. That's jbell77us@yahoo.com. And rejoicewithus.org is on the air every Thursday. And when you call me, I will, let you know what you need to do to get in touch with me. Okay.
Joyce, I want to thank you for your time on our show, and I wish you continuous success.
And thank you so much for inviting me and having me here, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
God bless you. Thank you.
No problem.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Okay.
We need to take a quick break, but when we come back, we are going to speak to another guest on the show who is going to give you our opinion about a winning attitude. It's a lot to say, it's a lot to share with you today. I'm sure you can attest to that from Joyce's testimony, but there's more to come, so don't touch your dial. Be back in a moment. You are back with our beautiful show, the Yaba TV show. I am your host, Sia. Today we are talking about, what do you consider a winning attitude? I know everyone has their own opinion, but I'd like to find out what my guest right now, Denise Goosby, what she has to tell me about a winning attitude. I can't wait. Denise, it's a pleasure to have you on our show.
Oh, it's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a native Californian. I actually grew up in Compton, California, and lived most of my life there until about 4 or 5 years ago. I live now in Torrance. I was an educator for over 20 years with LA Unified and with private Christian schools. And last year, I graduated from Biola University with a master's in nonprofit, thinking that was where I would spend the rest of my professional life. But God said, no, I have something else for you. I want you to go back to what you loved doing as a child, and that was writing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So your passion is writing, and I know you wrote a book about children, right?
Yes.
What is the title of your book?
Well, my children's book is titled Thank You, Daddy, a tribute to my girl dad and all girl daddies everywhere.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about winning attitude, what comes to mind?
Well, to me, attitude is an issue of the heart. And if your heart is right, then your attitude is going to be one of humility, because that's really the key to everything. Humility lets you know what you can do, what you can't do. It's like strength under control. And so when you have that humble spirit, then you're going to be open and flexible to things. You're not going to lean on your own understanding. You're going to be open to ideas, new ways of looking at things. And you're going to be willing to give and receive because of that, because you never know what revelation or knowledge or help is going to come from.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good thoughts. So your ministry is about encouragement.
Yes, very much so.
How did you come up with that?
Well, I believe it's how God made me, and He not only gave me a love for writing, He gave me a love to communicate. And so I can communicate encouragement through a hug, through writing a book, through singing, through many different things. So it's very important, especially these days when we've gone through such a tough time. People really do need to be uplifted right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though it may not be hugs and so forth, but you can uplift them in writing. You can uplift them in praying for them.
Yes.
And possibly just, saying a word of encouragement in their ears.
Yes.
Because words are very powerful.
They are.
They can make or they can break.
Yes. Yes.
That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about the homeless situation in California?
It saddens me too, because I've lived here all my life and it's never been this bad. And we just, as a people, we just need to come together and to do those things that we can do. I think your guest before me said that one person can do a lot. You know, we often think that one person can't make a difference.
Right.
But you can make a difference to that person over there. You can make a difference to that person over there.
She's actually dedicating 50% of her income.
50%,
net
that
income.
is amazing. You know, I mean, what if one other person does that? Or another person does that? And someone else goes and feeds the homeless? What if someone writes laws that are beneficial, that can help them? You know, so there's so many things that we can do in our realm of experience.
You know what's interesting? Sometimes when I cook for the homeless,
Yes.
On my way to dropping off the food at the church,
Mm-hmm.
I may get a call from my sister in Africa and asking me for one thing or the other.
Yes.
Excuse me. And then I will say, I'm on my way to feed the homeless.
Yes.
And then she said, homeless in America? Why? So, but people have that picture that America is so perfect.
Yes.
And I'm not saying America is not.
Yes.
In many ways, America is good.
Yes.
But there are homeless situations here,
Yes.
like every other place in the world. So, but people don't know.
I've had that happen as well. I actually had a pastor from Uganda spend time with me, he and his wife. And I remember one day I was taking them to the California Science Center. And we went through basically the heart of South Los Angeles. And it was interesting to hear his take on things about some of the homeless, some of the issues that we saw as we drove from basically Torrance through South LA to almost downtown LA. And their eyes were open too. You know, they had this vision of what it's like. And sometimes, you know, that comes from that spirit of being humble, of saying, wait a minute, I need to look at something here. There's something that I need to get a hold of here. My perspective is wrong, you know. So that's a very powerful thing. Humility is not being a doormat. It's not holding your voice in. It's speaking the truth, and it's having strength under control.
I know you told me about your singing. You had sung. You went to somewhere in Israel.
Yes.
And
yes.
they told you it was time for you to sing.
Yes.
Tell me about that scenario.
Yes, we were visiting Israel and visiting the sites, and one of the sites we saw was a church. I want to say St. Catherine's, but I'm not sure. But it's a church that has these beautiful acoustics. and people go there and they sing. Choirs go there, soloists. It's just one of those things, you know. Everyone just stands around and they admire the beauty of the church, but they also admire the beauty of the singing. And so when I went in with my group, I was lagging behind. Someone said, Denise, sing for us. And I'm like, okay.
Sing. Where is that coming from?
Where is that coming from? Yeah.
But you did end up singing.
But I did end up singing, and it was wonderful.
And the beauty is, if you can sing in the shower, you can sing
praises. You can make a joyful noise.
Definitely. Denise, I would like for my audience to connect with you. Looking at the camera here, can you tell our audience how they can reach you?
Sure. You can reach me at my website, which is also the name of my blog, Denise's Healing Journey. And it's at denisegoosby.com. That's DENISEGOOSBY.com.
Okay. Is there a phone number too they can call you?
Yes, they can contact me at 310-483-6618. And you can also get me by email at goosbydenise@gmail.com.
If there's one word that you can say that makes a difference today in the topic winning attitude, what one word, what would it be?
I would say it would be encouragement.
Encouragement.
Encouragement, because when you live with that spirit of encouragement, people will know it. They'll see that smile on your face. And
It's
it will bring
contagious.
a smile to their face. It's contagious.
It's
it
contagious.
really is.
I like
and you
that.
will stand out.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time on my show, Denise.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you, and I wish you continuous success in your ministry
Thank
so you can win more souls for Christ.
Amen.
Yes. Well, we need to take a quick break to introduce some vibrant music videos to you from the coast of Africa that you truly don't want to miss. So be back in a moment. We have come to the end of another wonderful show. I call it wonderful because I believe all of my shows that I present to you, they are genuine, they are authentic, they come from the heart. And the people that I bring on as guests, they share their honest opinions as well. So our show is on every Sunday at 4 p.m. right here on KCAR9. So in case you or someone you know this is your first time watching the show, tell a friend. Go to our YouTube channel. We have our YouTube channel, Yaba Media. Watch some of the past shows. But promise me one thing. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Yaba TV. We are here to be of service to you. But I'd like to also have you follow us, so that's how we can grow. Till then, we will see you next week at the same time on the Yaba TV show, your contemporary bridge to the motherland, Africa.
The proceeding was a sponsored program paid for by Yaba TV.